Hey, what is up everyone? Today I'm taking a look at the high-grade MAILES Jougan. Once again, this video would not be possible without those awesome people over at HobbyLink Japan, so if you want some Kyoukai Senki or AMAIM Warrior at the Borderline kits for yourself, then check out that link down there in the description. So first off, taking a quick look at the side of the box, and as you can see, this is the long-range, heavy artillery variant of one of these AMAIMs. So we've seen Kenbu and Byakuchi so far, and this is the second one we've seen from the actual anime series. So flipping around to the other side, and we've got a whole bunch of info on the main character as well as the AIK, and then some info on the show itself just in case you don't know about it. You can pause either of those and read them right now. Anyway, let's get this build. So jumping right into the overview of absolutely everything that comes in the box once this is built, and that is the Jougan itself. That absolutely massive rifle. We've got an alternate part for on the butt flap for parts forming it into the long range mode. We've got a shoulder shield, a knife, 3 alternate hands, and a spare mounting piece for up on the shoulder. So jumping right into the aesthetics with a full 360-degree spin, and I have to say, time and time again, with these Kyoukai Senki kits, I am so impressed. And that goes even double, well maybe not double, but that goes a little bit more with this one right here. Color accuracy wise compared to the last two we saw, this one is definitely winning out. Sure, it does have some stickers we'll look at soon, but for the most part, I'm impressed. The colors on this look great. We've got a bluish green, or is that a greenish blue, combined with some yellow. Also, I will mention this is a very thick and armored looking AMAIM compared to the ones we would have seen before, and I have to hand it to Bandai for doing that. I thought all of these kits were just going to be some kind of color swap of each other, and of course they do share some aspects like parts of the arms, parts of the torso, and parts of the waist unit. They still change so much about them that they look like completely different units, and they feel and build like different units too. Let's get in a little bit closer. So first off in here, we're going to be taking a look at the stickers, and once again, not so bad considering how these kits have been. So of course the largest one is that kind of grayish one off to the left that I did not use, and the reason I did not use this is because this fits right there in the center of the chest, which is already color separated into gray. I didn't really feel personally that it would have made that much of a difference. It would have made it, I guess, match the rest of the suit, but I'm okay with that being in gray right there. I still think it looks pretty cool. So like we've seen time and time again with these kits, that piston in the chest which moves forward as the arm moves forward, that requires a sticker. Now with Kenbu and Byakuchi, I did paint this in gold, so you can see in there that is painted, and this is it with the sticker. Both look fine, honestly. The sticker does catch the light okay, and you know, it doesn't really look too stickery because it is recessed in there. However, I will mention when I was popping it in, it did end up gumming up all the works in there, so you can see it's a little torn towards the bottom, so you're adding a little bit more thickness to that piece by putting a sticker on it, and you know, that can get caught. So as for the other ones we have here, those yellow ones I did not use, they actually pop in here, but I just went ahead and panel lined inside of that with a black Gundam marker because, you know, that's simple to do. And while I am mentioning that, I will mention that I did panel line this with some more Gundam markers. And as for the ones I used a standard felt tip Gundam marker in that little bit in the back that I just showed you. I used the Poor Style brown in all the yellow segments, and I used a Poor Style blue in all those greenish blue parts. The last of the stickers we then have in there is number 6 and 5, which are those gold ones, and they go down there on the sides of the legs. So sticker-wise and color accuracy-wise, this is pretty good. When it comes to the detail on the vast majority of the surface, it is quite plain. We do have those pretty cool details at the joints, which kind of look like power symbols. The inside of the rear skirting armor on this is extremely detailed. That looks so good. And as usual with these kits, the color separation on the head is phenomenal. This thing has a big, wide, broad head that really adds to the overall big, bulky feel this particular AMAIM has. As for size comparison, there is Jougan beside Kenbu and Byakuchi, the two AMAIMs we've seen so far. And the one thing I will mention about Jougan right here is the last two we've seen have very reverse joint legs. This one does have reverse joint legs, but most of the time these are almost straight. Lastly then, there's the high-grade Jougan beside a high-grade Gundam. So jumping back to the beginning once again, and there is the high-grade Jougan with absolutely everything it comes with, so let's check it all out one by one. So the first equipment we have in here is this absolutely massive weapon. So according to the instructions, this is the 120mm double-barrel sniper cannon. It says this is a portable heavy weapon that fires the same 120mm shells as the main guns on heavy tanks. It consists of a smooth-bore cannon compatible with powerful AP, FSDS, and heat rounds, and a rifle cannon that fires AP rounds capable of accurate long-range shooting. So before I attach this, I'll mention that we do have the exact same hands we would have seen with the other AMAIM so far, so that's the widespread nice ones right there. In order to attach the rifle, you need to pop that out. Pop on in the holding hand. The rifle slots in beautifully, just like we would have seen so many times before, flush into the forearm just like that. However, just like before, when you attach on the fingers, they are gray on one side and then that blue round on the other side. So they are not color accurate, nor are these standard hands. These should be blue on the knuckles, but you know, that's a simple enough fix. This rifle has a very cool sliding stock gimmick. So this stock can slide up just like that, and that holds it in place even better. It is locked in there. These kits are super well designed. Rock solid. I will mention the rifle right here has no other moving parts besides that stock, but the design of this is really cool. We've got a magazine up top and down bottom, and it is double barreled, and the barrels are nicely recessed. Any of the seam lines, well, most of the seam lines are made to look like they're part of the design, but you can see some up on top of the magazines. The next piece of equipment we have in here is the left shoulder shield. What it says is this is a piece of auxiliary armor. The combat dagger is stored within the shield, it can be attached or removed, and different types of shields can be attached to either shoulder. Maybe we'll see more in future. Doesn't say that last part, that's me assuming. So to attach this, you just pop off this yellow segment up on the shoulder. Both sides come off, but they say to use this on the left. So we're gonna use it in the left, in that hole right there. So we'll mention, because the layout of the runners on this particular kit, we do have two of that little attachment point poking out of the shield right there. This is it, and unlike your average leftover part, it does mention that you can use this in an upcoming kit that is coming out in January, which is the Stork Carrier. That is this right here. So apparently you get something in that you can use with this kit. Attaching this is simple. It just pops into the hole up there like that. And we've got some articulation too. So this is a very nice little shield right here. Next up in here, we've got a knife. In order to attach that, you need this here hand. Once again, there is no back for it, and you do need to share the back off of both hands on each side. So that is one back per side, but we've got two hands per side. So when you have that hand attached, you can stick the knife in either pointing this way just like that, or you can put it in this way just like so. When it is not in use, you can just whip it out of the hand and store it in the back of the shield, tucked away like that, and it holds it pretty good. So the last accessory we have in here is this right here, and that is for parts forming the butt flap here into the long range sniping mode. So swapping these parts was actually easier than I expected it to be. I thought this would be like parts separate and parts that aren't meant to separate, but it isn't. This original segment slides out super easily, and then this pops in super simply. To go with the whole sniper thing, we've got these flip out segments on the back of the feet for some more support. The articulation and design on this is fantastic, so you can get this into a crouch so simply. Line that little rear skirt leg segment. I will mention there is some pivot at the yellow segments at the bottom of that. That right there is what it looks like in a pose, and that is phenomenal. This just looks so cool. But I will mention that the arms on the particular little folding bipod bit round back are not color accurate, because according to the instructions right here, they are meant to be in yellow. Regardless, they still look badass. So now jumping into the articulation on the Jougan right here, and I will mention once again, this kit is rock solid. I mean, this doesn't shift an inch, no matter what way you wiggle and shake it around. These things, built, honestly, they're built like brick shithouses. So up at the neck, we do have a giggity goo, a little bit more limited than the other AMAIMs we've seen so far. That is a ball joint up top, a ball joint down below, and you get everything in between nicely. We do have a bit of a gimmick where this segment can flip up like so that you can tuck the head down inside of it just like that. I'm not necessarily sure why. I'm a little behind on my Kyoukai Senki. So if you know why it does this, please let me know in the comments. So everything we've got going on inside the torso is just as awesome as before. This flips up like that. Arm can swing all the way to the front and back like this. We have an up and down inside the shoulder there. One on the arm, so there is a lot of motion here. That is as far as it will go up without clashing though. We've got the full 360 right there. This has a whole bunch of articulation too, so it can block a lot of stuff coming in. We've got that full spin at the upper arm. These are the same as before, so a peg that allows it to swing back and forward like this. The same goes down here for what I can only assume is a type of little forearm. And we've got your standard Bandai ball joint wrist. The waist, once again, is fantastic here. So we have a pivot up top, so it can go there to there. We've got an ab crunchy bit right here, quite a lot. And then we've got a ball joint down bottom that gives us all of that. And a spin as well, so much there. The butt flap has two kind of C-clips, so that can move up and down like so, and swing up and out the way like this. On top of that, this one has a bit of a hinge in the middle, which allows it to angle itself like so. Probably for using with the little bipod. The unique design on these means the kick goes pretty much everywhere you want it to. If there was no body, it'd spin all the way around. There it is, all the way out, so pretty much the full split's almost there. There is a spin at the upper leg, but the armor does block it a little bit. The knee here is a simple peg, just like in the arm, so it just swings like that, so simple. So getting it on the ground for the functional movement, there it is all the way to the front, crazy. There it is all the way to the back, not too bad. As for the side to side, it's there to there. Does it have a little bit more? There's a little bit more, definitely. We also have a spin right there. The armor can move up and down. This little bit at the back can flip up and down like so. And the toes can also bend, but these, I will mention, are attached together, so you cannot move them independently like you can with the Byakuchi. Or can you? Nope, you cannot. So when it comes to the articulation on the MAILeS Jougan right here, just like we would have seen before with the other AMAIMs from this series, is ridiculous. This has robotic movement, not necessarily humanoid movement like you'd see on a lot of mecha, so that does mean you can eke out a lot of cool poses that just look so unique and so mechanical. I love this. So anyway, that right there is it for the review, and I've said this for the last two that came out. This is a phenomenal high grade. If you have not tried one of these yet, you have to. They are so good. They feel so great in the hand, they're so much fun to build, the accessories are cool, then the articulation is off the charts. These are so good. So when it comes to this compared to the other ones, color accuracy wise, it's a little bit better. It's not 100%, but it's damn near perfect. The accessories in here are great. We get some nice options, the cool shoulder armor, the massive rifle, and that cool bipod for around back. Just like we've seen with the other kits, the articulation here is amazing. I will mention though that in some standing poses, these new kind of legs do look a little bit on the awkward side ever so mildly, but regardless, once you get it into a pose, it looks so killer. I love this. Gold tier through and through, on the verge of platinum almost, but it is still the same level as the other two we've seen so far. And once again, highly recommended. Link in the description if you want one of your own or for any of your plastic model needs. As always, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to come back for more mecha model kit reviews, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much to each and every one of you guys for watching these videos. Without you, this channel would not be possible. And my special thanks to those helping out over on the channel memberships and over on Patreon. So that includes Craig Jerry, Caleb Engelhardt, Sean T. Van Fawn, Global Frequency Studios, Lauren Seahack, Joseph Kuklunk, Mr. Winter, Forsetti, Joe, and Orgy 59061.